And welcome to today's live IELTS class. My name is Adrian and I'm streaming to you from beautiful Central Europe. I hope everybody is having a good week so far. Hi Eldor, Ripon, Putovala, welcome everyone. Amir, hi Anna, welcome members as well. In this class we are looking at IELTS speaking part 1 and we are talking about how to get a band 9. So what do you need to do? And certainly you need to have a really strong start. If you don't start strong, it's an uphill climb for the rest of the speaking interview, and you definitely don't want to do that. So we'll talk about speaking, we'll do practice, we'll have some sample questions and answers, and you'll have a chance to interact with me. This lesson is brought to you by aehelp.com for academic IELTS success. Please check us out there, and for the general IELTS, visit us at GIELTS help. That's generalieltshelp.com. On both of our websites we have loads and loads of materials to help you improve and increase your band scores on all sections of the exam. This is our academic IELTS website here. You can click that big red button to join the premium package. It's one-time payment for lifetime access. So you can use our website as long as you need to until you get the score that you need. Same idea for the general IELTS. It's the green background. You can click that big red button to join us there. And on both of our websites, you have chances to speak with other students. And of course, that's very important because it's hard to find this kind of speaking practice opportunity. So we have this student partner speaking here. When you click on that student partner speaking, then you come to a new page where you will find other students looking for speaking as well, and you can video chat and phone chat with them. So we have Naveen, Vishnu, and we usually have quite a good number of people in here. There's just a couple in here right now, but sometimes there's 10, 20 different people looking for speaking partners. So make sure to use that. It's absolutely free, and practicing your speaking is the key to getting those really strong band scores, 7, 8, 9. Welcome, Mahmoud. Hi, Rashika. Hi, Jainiel. Good to see everyone. Eugen, I'm doing fantastic. If anybody has questions about the IELTS or English, send me an email, adrian@aehelp.com. I will certainly help you. If you want to get our exam books in hard copy, then go to Amazon and look for AE Helps Academic IELTS or GE Helps General IELTS. Okay, everyone, so the schedule today, we have speaking part 1, and then tomorrow we will have a new task 2 writing for members that we will start, and we'll have a reading session for everyone. We have classes today, tomorrow, and on Saturday. No class on the 26th. I am writing the IELTS exam, the computer-based exam myself, to freshen my skills and also empathize with students, so that should be some fun. And of course, I will give you some feedback of my IELTS experience as well this week. So let's do some speaking. We'll get right into it. And this is a speaking class, so make sure to speak and repeat. That's why you are here. So it's good that you write answers into the chat, but make sure to say them as well. So nice and loud. Enunciate, copy my pronunciation, my intonation, as much as you can. Okay, so copy my English. My English is West Coast North American, specifically Victoria, Vancouver, Seattle area, that English. All right. Yeah, thank you, Preeti. I appreciate that. Okay, so let's warm up our speaking muscles. You have to start strong. So how to get a band 9? Tip number 1, start strong. Okay, and I might as well write these tips down for you so that you can remember them at a later time. So how do you get a band 9? To get a band 9, number 1, Start strong. So the examiner in your speaking interview will introduce themselves. You will introduce yourself. What do you think it means to start strong? So what does that actually mean? Just before we begin these kind of icebreaker questions that the examiners ask of you, what does it mean to start strong? Okay. And Buta, pay attention to the answers here because that will be important here. So, what does it mean to start strong? What do you think? Yeah, so Juan Pablo says speaking with confidence. Yeah, so speak confidently, for sure. Yeah, if you're very hesitant and shy and quiet, that is not a good way to start. Okay, so confidence. Yeah, 100%. Confidence is very important. Okay. All right. Medina says, without any unnecessary phrases. Yeah. So, yeah. Okay. Don't use awkward. But instead of what not to do, let's talk about what to do. Okay. Chabi says to give a good impression. Absolutely. But how do we do that? So, Bakashi says, make some eye contact. Sure. Make eye contact. Yeah. Why not, right? That shows confidence. Yeah. Very good, Chrysolite. Jyoti, very good. Okay, speak fluently. And this is the one I was hoping somebody would say right away. Okay. So, the example here for speaking fluently right off the bat is when you're asked, what is your full name? Don't just go John Smith. All right? Be fluent. So, my given names are John Andrews. My family name is Smith. You will see this in my passport. Okay? So, speak fluently. You are in an interview to show your maximum level of English. If the examiner says, hi, welcome to the IELTS exam, don't just go, hi. Okay? But say, good day, how do you do? Okay? I'm glad to be here, or I'm excited to be here. I'm a little bit nervous to be here, but I will do my best, right? So immediately show your fluency, okay? Remember to speak in phrases, not in words, all right? So starting strong means speak fluently, speak in phrases, not in words, okay? If you give me one-word answers, I have no idea if you're fluent or you're not fluent, okay? So it's really important to start strong. Intonate, speak loudly. That's also part of speaking confidently. Speak loudly. Just remember you paid to be there. You paid good money to sit the exam. And it's not a job interview. It's not like you're not going to get a job or you're not going to get what you want. So you have to just kind of speak with lots of confidence, okay? All right. So you sit down in your IELTS exam, and the examiner says, welcome to the IELTS exam. My name is Adrian. I will be your examiner for this part of the test. I will give you instructions for each of the 3 parts. I will record this for marking purposes. Firstly, what is your full name? And I see a lot of students are already jumping the gun on this. Eldor says, my full name is Mamuryanov Eldor. Please just call me by my given name, Eldor. Okay, Eldor. Sounds good. That's nice, fluent response. Anna says, my given name is Hannah. My family name is Lamachska, but please just call me Anna for short. Okay, Anna for Hannah. All right, that works, Anna. Sure. Chabi says, my first name is Chabi and my given name is Khalil. However, I love to be called Lilo with a smile. Very good. So Chabi, just say, I love to be called Lilo. Please do the same. It makes me feel comfortable. Okay. Shavnal says, my full name is Shavnal Stone. Just call me Sean for short. Okay. Shanal Stone. Just call me Sean for short. Okay, that makes sense. All right. Riza Corp says, my full name is Riza Corpuz. You can call me Riza. Yeah, you can is not, it's a little bit superior. So I would use please just call me Riza instead of you can call me Riza. All right. All right. Caroline, Chutami says, my given name is Caroline and my family name is Sanaga. Please call me Carol for short. All right, I love how everybody picked up that for short expression. Yeah, so my given name is Damien, and my surname, British, by the way, usually say surname instead of family name, so it doesn't really matter if you're using British or American English, just speak clearly. All right, so my given name is Damien and my surname is McLeod. However, I'm used to being called D. Please do the same. It makes me feel comfortable. All right. So there's a nice fluent answer, especially in a situation where it's easy to be nervous, obviously. There's usually a lot riding on your IELTS exam score, whether or not you can get your immigration visa, your study visa. So here we go. Repeat after me. What is your full name? My given name is Damien and my surname is McLeod. However, I'm used to being called D. Please just do the same. It makes me feel comfortable. Okay, D. May I see your identification? Oftentimes they will ask for your identification first. These days with COVID, you show your identification usually when you go into the exam center. They'll check it, so you don't give it to the examiner just to reduce chance of transmission. But anyway, they will ask in certain cases, so keep this in mind. Usually it is the first question, and then they match your name with your identification. So be ready to give your identification and say a nice full sentence there. So, may I see your identification? Karthik says, yes, here it is. Again, that's okay. It's a short phrase, but at least it's more than just a yes. Sure. Rashika says, yes, here's my passport that I used to register for the exam. Have a look. Okay, sure. So, yes, here is my passport that I used for my online registration. Please take a look. All right. So again, nice and fluent, right? Strong start. That's what we want to do. Okay. Here it goes, Rakesh, is not accurate English. Here it goes means that something is starting. Here you go is short and accurate English, but again, you want to be more fluent. So, may I see your identification? Again, speak and repeat, everyone. So, yes, here's my passport that I used for my online registration. Please take a look. Okay, thank you, D. Here's your identification back. For part one, I will ask you a couple of questions to get to know you better and some questions on a general topic. Be ready for these. This is a very common one, okay? Do you work or study? All right, now this is where you can really start to introduce your fluency, your range of grammar, your range of conjunctions. So make sure to do that, okay? Always think fluent language. So Sandeep Yadav says, well, just now, I've completed my undergraduate degree in mechanical engineering, and currently I'm looking forward to my master's program abroad at a university in Australia. Okay, Sandeep, not bad. There are a couple of mistakes there where you need further clarity. Okay. Bharat says, here's my passport that I used to register for the exam a week ago. Please have a look. Okay, Bharat, hopefully you're registering at least 2 to 3 weeks before your exam. I registered for mine about 4 weeks ago. So if I'm doing it 4 weeks ago, you certainly should do at least 3-4 weeks prior. Okay. Janil says, while I simultaneously work and study. You don't need the both there, Janil, because simultaneously means that you're doing it. Okay, so while I simultaneously work and study, I've been working as a technical illustrator at Expert Global for the last 2 years, and I'm studying English for this exam so that I can continue my further education abroad. All right, Janil, good. Juan Pablo says, I've been studying for this exam for several months, which I hope to pass today, and I'm planning to keep studying English on my own. Also, I work for a university designing special components for a piece of software. I don't see the end of it, Juan, but it looks good. I like how it's very original. Juan, you've been in these classes for a while now, and not only has your English really improved, but what's really nice to see, Juan, is that you've developed your own original diction. It's your own style of expressing yourself in English, and that's fantastic to see that. So just keep practicing and building your fluency, okay? Nice job. All right. Kwan La says, I'm currently studying and I'm attending this IELTS test to have an opportunity to study in Switzerland for hotel and hospitality. Not in Swiss. Okay, Swiss is the adjective, like Swiss knife or Swiss chocolate, but the country is Switzerland, so you're going to study in Switzerland. All right, in English, it's Switzerland. Keep that in mind. It's kind of an awkward mistake, so careful with awkward mistakes. Okay. Harman says, or Harman is asking, sir, may I use IELTS in speaking? For example, I took IELTS for going abroad for my further education. Yeah, you can. Sure, of course. I mean, it is what you're doing, right? So if IELTS is part of your plans and that fits for your answer, of course you can use that. There's no rule that you cannot do that. Just be clear and original, so don't sound like you're just some robot that memorized a sentence from the internet, okay? Make it your own and make it specific. That's very important. Erwin says, I'm currently working as a staff nurse in one of the tertiary hospitals here in my city named Amosup, Siemens Hospital. At the same time, I'm burning the midnight oil to prepare for this IELTS exam. Yeah, and it's probably past tense because you had been doing that, Erwin, the whole time. So I would change the tense there. It's at the same time I had been burning the midnight oil preparing for this IELTS exam. I think that's a little bit more accurate in that context, okay? All right, Ois says, actually, I do not work these days, but I'm studying the IELTS test virtually on YouTube. Besides that, reading and listening about 3 hours a day in my home. Okay, Ois, why? What's your goal? Include that if you're going to say that. All right? Yeah, so some of you used a correlative conjunction. That was good. So yes, I'm both an employee and a student. Currently, I'm working as a lecturer teaching IELTS 3 to 4 hours each day to help people reach their dreams. At the same time, I'm studying financial investing so that I can grow my personal wealth. I'm taking both online classes and reading popular books like Rich Dad, Poor Dad. All right. Okay, so here's my answer. Repeat after me. Again, nice and fluent. I'm going to highlight a couple of points here and give you tips again on how to get that band 9. So what you need to do. So Question, do you work or study? Oh, yeah, I'm both an employee and a student. Currently, I'm working as a lecturer, teaching IELTS 3 to 4 hours each day to help people reach their dreams. At the same time, I'm studying financial investing so that I can grow my personal wealth. I'm taking both online classes and reading popular books like Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Okay, now with good fluency, you will not be interrupted. If you have bad fluency, yeah, then you'll get interrupted, okay? One of the reasons examiners will interrupt you if you're not being fluent, especially when you're giving long answers, is because they have to get through all three parts of the interview, no matter your level. So even if you're a lower level candidate, they still have to try to do part 2 and part 3 with you so that they can get an accurate estimate of your level. And therefore, if you're really taking your time and you're repeating the same words again and again and again, then they will interrupt you because they know that if they don't, they can't get to part 2 and part 3. Okay, so that's why if you give long answers, make sure that you're fluent. Fluency is very important. Students think pronunciation is important. Pronunciation is not that important. Fluency is much more important. Okay, even if you have a thick accent, but you're quite fluent, doesn't matter too much. All right. Okay, so here I'm using a little bit of paraphrasing. Okay, instead of work, I use the word employee. Instead of the word student, study, I use the word student. Okay. All right, let's keep going. So then the next icebreaker question that they may ask you is, what is your favorite color? And again, give a nice full answer, explanation, and example, okay? So Chabi's a bit confused. No, not what is your color. Chabi is in what color are you? But it's what is your favorite color, okay? Hopefully that's clear now. There was a missing word there, okay? All right, so now you can answer. The examiner will not make a mistake in their question, even if they have a typo on their sheet. They will ask you the right question because they will recognize the missing word. Okay, so what is your favorite color? And Rakesh, if you say my favorite color is green, tell me why. Give me an example of it. Yeah. Yeah, Tian Dewey, absolutely. I mean, it's just an icebreaker question, right? Bikash says, well, my favorite color is white because it looks good on me, and that's why I'm wearing a white shirt today. Okay, Bikash, so into that smooth example, you'll have more fluency. Janelle says, well, my favorite color is blue. It not only reminds me of prosperity and keeps me calm, but it's also the color of the sky and the ocean. I love to put on some shirts or t-shirts that are blue. I always look good in this color. Good, Janelle. All right. Sammy says, my favorite color is white because it represents purity and it's a symbol of peace. Also, I buy mostly white colored combinations of clothing. As you will see today, I'm wearing white shoes with white shirt. Good, Sammy. Lepay Yan says, my all-time favorite color is blue. I like it because it gives me a sense of cleanliness and peace. I always have a couple of... I always have some blue clothing in my wardrobe. Okay, good. Now, you might want to get even a little bit fancier, okay? So you might want to say something like, well, to be really specific, my favorite color is royal blue. I think that this color is not only elegant, but also dominant. So I like this color for clothing, especially for my professional attire. I have several suits and shirts that are royal blue. Okay, so there are more specific colors out there. And again, if you can show lexical resource early on, that will be to your advantage to get that band 9. So again, how to get that band 9? Do more than the rest. Okay, so here's my next tip that I have for you. Have a strong start and do more than 90% of the other candidates. Okay, so use more vocabulary and a broader range of grammar. What can I do to use more vocabulary? Of course, you have to learn vocabulary before the exam, but even the average native English speaker only uses about 500 to 600 different words in a day. So what should you really do to use more vocabulary during this 12-minute interview? Can anybody tell me that? Meanwhile, I'll read a couple more answers. Kashirsha says, my go-to color is lilac. Not only does it have a calming effect, but also it has become quite trendy and a must-have this year. I prefer to wear it in the summer because it looks tremendous on my tan skin. Kashirsha, nice. I can tell that you've thought about that. Lilac, yeah. Very good. Yeah, it's a nice color for summer clothing. It's trendy. It's in fashion. Okay, well said. So how do I do that? How do I come up with this vocabulary? Sandeep says, my favorite color is light green since it represents the environment, a rebirth, new life, and it provides a healthy environment where I can go get fresh air. Okay, good. All right. So light green, not just green, but light green. That's good. All right. So Eldor says, well, to express more vocabulary, we should find synonyms. Very good. I showed you that just a moment ago, right? So use synonyms. Okay. Also use adjectives and descriptive words. Along with adjectives, use adverbs. So not just green, but light green, right? Absolutely. That's what separates you from the pack. So give more detailed information. Practice using adjectives. Okay? All right. Nicely done so far, everyone. Let's keep going, and I'm going to give you some more tips on, again, what you need to do to get those high band scores, moving towards that band 9. So the next question here is, let's talk about daily life. Okay, and I'm going to skip the first one here. I'm going to go to the next one. Where do you like to go for food? Okay, so let's go to this question here. Where do you like to go for food? Okay, let's go with this one. Where do you like to go for food? Okay, so let's talk about daily activities. Where do you like to go for food? All right. If you're not seeing the board properly, Prabjot, just adjust your YouTube setting to 720p. Okay. Janil says, for my merriment, I do often both listen to Bollywood songs and watch American movies. All right, Janil, that's the first question. You preempted that. That's fine, but let's go to this question, okay? So the next one, where do you usually go for food? Andrei Uskov says, refrigerator. Andrei, I love that answer. Just be more fluent. Okay. Yes, 720p. So change your resolution setting to 720p. It's because we're in ultra low latency, so I can interact with you in almost real time. Okay. Yeah, Kashirsha, light green could be sage green. Absolutely. Okay. Andrei, be more fluent. So I would love to see another answer, Andrei, from you with the refrigerator, but with just a more fluent answer than just refrigerator, because I think it's a brilliant answer. I just need more. Okay. Zhang Mason says KFC. Again, we need more. All right. Unati, there isn't actually much lag between us. That's why I can see your comment in real time almost. Sunil says, I go to the kitchen and prepare food. Yeah, okay, more details. Abhijit says, as I go less often to restaurants these days and watch a lot of YouTube videos, I most often go to the kitchen and make my favorite snack when I want to have some food. Abhijit, that's exactly the kind of fluency that the examiner is looking for to give you a high band answer. Watch my answer. Where do you usually go for food these days? Due to restrictions, I like to go on Volt, which is an app on my phone for food delivery. Instead of me going to a restaurant, which I can't do, I have a food delivery man or woman pick up my favorite meal from a nearby venue and deliver it to my door. Last Saturday, I had some yummy sushi from Maguro in this way. All right. So yeah, it's good to be clever and it's good to be a quick thinker. Again, just make sure that you're fluent. And the way that you build that fluency is by thinking answer, explanation, and example. Okay? So here we go. Repeat after me. Where do you like to go for food? These days, due to restrictions, I like to go on Volt, which is an app on my phone for food delivery. Instead of me going to a restaurant, which I can't do, I have a food delivery man or woman pick up my favorite meal from a nearby venue and deliver it to my door. Last Saturday, I had some yummy sushi from Maguro in this way. Okay. All right. Operator Bugs is asking, is it okay to say wanna, gonna, kinda? Yeah, it is. It's colloquial, but it's useful for expressing want to, going to, kind of, Operator Bugs. And it's okay, just don't overdo it. All right, don't say wanna, gonna, kinda every two words, because then it's awkward and it's not high quality language, but you can use it every now and then, certainly, and it will not hurt your band score. Okay? All right. Keep going. Mokhtar says, since I'm living in my old city, I usually go to the traditional restaurants because they serve delicious food. Mokhtar, good. What kind of traditional restaurant? Give me an example. I would love to learn. Okay. Xatira says, I used to go to amazing restaurants before the quarantine nearby the sea. And these have amazing vistas where I not only can enjoy delicious seafood, but also relax and be calm while I'm eating and digesting. Okay, not bad. On the seashore, not nearby the sea, but on the seashore, instead of amazing view, when you have a nice view from a restaurant or from a skyscraper, from the top of a mountain or a hill, you can say a nice vista. Vista using, I believe, the Latin origin, Spanish origin word, vista. Okay. Katharina Goncalves says, my favorite place to buy food is in a restaurant next to my house. They sell pizza, some desserts that I really appreciate. What's your favorite pizza, Katharina? I'd love to learn that. Okay, so good details, even a little bit more. All right, let's go to the next question. So the way that you can paraphrase information is through synonyms, through descriptive language, antonyms, negatives, okay? Through grammar, you can paraphrase as well. So there are lots of different techniques for paraphrasing and going into detail. Learn and practice all of these. You can learn and practice those in our premium packages on our website, ahelp.com, academic, and glshelp.com for general. Those definitely help to boost your score, okay? That's what I'm doing right now, is I'm paraphrasing using lots of different techniques. Helps my fluency and my score. Okay, next question. So again, we're still on the topic of your daily activities. Who do you like spending time with? And then brackets, why? So for many questions, the examiners have this extra question of the why in brackets, because if the student or candidate does not answer that question on their own, they will ask it. But your goal as a good student, as a good candidate, as a good communicator is to answer that question without it being asked of you, okay? So who do you like spending time with? Why? All right, give me a nice full sentence answer, explanation, and example for this one. All right, Rian says, due to the past rough and strict couple of months, I've began spending most of my time with my family, which has made me realize how important family time is and how much they really mean to me. Brian, good. Okay, that's great. Caroline says, I would like to look for cozy, clean places and many various kinds of foods they have, such as restaurants, but mostly I like it if they provide vegan food. That's for the previous Caroline, okay? Oa says, actually, I spend most of my time with my cousin Khalid. We hang out, play chess daily, and go on long road trips. Last week, Khalid and myself went camping beside Forat River. Yeah, Khalid and I, not myself. Khalid and I went camping beside Forat River. Okay, good, Ois. All right, Alan Thomas says, I like spending time with my pet, which is, okay, my pet dog. So don't overspeak, students. Being fluent and being wordy are two different ideas. Be really careful about that, okay? So Alan Thomas, I like spending time with my pet dog, a German Shepherd. He keeps me happy, and I pass time playing ball games with him and joking around. Okay, so Alan, careful with your wording and careful with your grammar as well, okay? Bikash says, honestly, I like spending time with my childhood friend because he's very close to me and we get along well. Okay, and what do you do together? What's his name? So how do you spend that time? Give me some more details, okay? So who do you like spending time with? I love spending most of my time with my lovely wife and adorable daughter. They are loads of fun. We love to go for long walks and spend hours at the playground. I was out with my daughter just yesterday at the nearby playground, and we had a wonderful time. Okay, so again, repeat after me. Copy my fluency. Who do you like spending time with? I love spending most of my time with my lovely wife and adorable daughter. They're loads of fun. We love to go for long walks and spend hours at the playground. I was out with my daughter just yesterday at a nearby playground, and we had a wonderful time. Okay, so it doesn't always your answers don't always have to be super rich in vocabulary, but you should always be super fluent. Okay, so again, vocabulary is important. Pronunciation, not so much. Most important is coherence and fluency. As long as you're fluent and coherent, you will get a good band score. Okay, all right. You can be fluent and coherent with not a ton of words. Of course, for band 9, you do need to show a range of vocabulary, but again, it's not the end-all, be-all. Okay. All right, next question. Here we go. Have there been any big changes in your daily activities over the past year? Whew, I bet everybody will have an answer for this one these days. Okay. So, have there been any big changes in your daily activities over the past year? All right. Katharina says, during the quarantine, I was unable to see my friends, so I started to spend time with my family. Every Saturday, we order food and choose a movie to watch. This brings a lot of happiness to my life. Katharina, very good. Okay, make sure you include the answer or the question, in your answer. So use the question, have there been any changes? Yes, there have been numerous significant changes in my life over the course of 2020 and 2021. Okay, so really emphasize the question and the grammar of the question in your answer. Okay, so Sindusha, same thing. Sindusha, watch this start. Okay, so yes, there have. Just recently, I started going to the gym. I spend my weekends there to burn extra calories, which I gained due to being stuck at home and working online. It's almost like you don't even need to say pandemic because we just know it, right? Being stuck at home. Use a nice phrasal verb instead. Ryan says, obviously, just like everyone, there have been many repercussions in my day-to-day life due to this pandemic. Most importantly, being locked down prevents me from going out and spending time with my friends and having fun. Yeah, Rian. Okay, so again, using that present perfect, very good. Nicely done. That's what you want to do. Use the grammar of the question. So, indeed, as with just about every other individual in the world today, there have been some major changes to my daily routines over the course of the last 16 months or so as a result of the pandemic. I haven't been socializing as much, obviously. I've been going on more runs and spending more time on my hobbies. I have amassed quite the coin collection since this lockdown, which in my case is semi-true. All right, so here we go, everyone. Again, present perfect, reflect that present perfect. Okay, it's very important for how to get that band 9. Have broad range of grammar, reflect the grammar. Okay, so have there been any big changes in your daily activities over the past year? Indeed, as with just about every other individual in the world today, there have been some major changes to my daily routines over the course of the last 16 months or so as a result of the pandemic. I haven't been socializing as much, obviously. I've been going on more runs and spending more time on my hobbies. I have amassed quite the coin collection since this lockdown. Okay. Vishnu Naidu says, well, there has been some big changes in my day-to-day activities. I have become more productive and started to do activities which help me to grow wiser. For instance, in the last 2 months, I started to meditate. Very good, Vishnu. Fantastic. Okay, last question. Here we go, everyone. Make this your best. Put everything into it, especially the conditional, since it is a question in the conditional. If you could add one more activity to each day, what would it be? I'm kind of curious. Be creative. Students, again, IELTS is not about the truth, so you could just pretend that one of the activities you do already, like meditating, is an activity that you would like to add to your day. So if you haven't talked about it, like for me, for example, bicycling, I could just say, well, one activity I'd like to add is bicycling. Okay. All right. Chavi says, given the chance to add an activity, it would undoubtedly be swimming due to my extreme love of this sport and the great health benefits of it, not to mention the enormous effect on cardiovascular. Okay, good. I see the end there. Chabi and other benefits. All right. Yulia says, well, I would definitely choose some sports activities. I've never been interested in it except biking and jogging, but I want to learn how to swim. That can keep me healthy. Oh, yeah, and it can even save your life, Yulia, if you're ever on a boat and you fall into the water. 70% of our planet is covered in water, so it's a good idea to know how to swim, no matter who you are. And it's fun. Yeah, so learning it is a great idea. Juan Pablo says it would be exercising activities because it not only helps to keep me fit, but also helps me deal with emotional issues. I'm creating a walking habit. Okay, Juan Pablo, good. Use the conditional in your answer. Okay. All right. Let's see. So, Mahmoud says, if I could add one more activity to my life, it would be skydiving. I'm very excited to do this activity, but because of my work, I've not had enough time to commit to this activity that's been on my bucket list. Sure. All right. To each day. So it's every day. All right. I don't know, skydiving every day, Mahmoud, maybe, possible, but I don't know, maybe a bit dangerous if you're jumping out of a plane every other day. People do it. All right, so given the chance, I would love to add gardening to my everyday life. I have a green thumb, and I would really like to produce some of my own food, as well as to grow some beautiful roses for my daughter and wife. However, since I live in a condo, I don't have much opportunity to do this at the moment. All right, so here's my answer. Given the chance, I would love to add gardening to my everyday life. I have a green thumb, and I would really like to produce some of my own food, as well as to grow some beautiful roses for my daughter and wife. However, since I live in a condo, I don't have much opportunity to do this at the moment. Maybe in the near future if I buy a house. All right, everyone. Green thumb means that you love plants, you like to work with plants, you like to work with your hands in the soil and in the dirt. That's what a green thumb. Your thumb, of course, is this finger here, like thumbs up. And a green thumb means that you like gardening. You're an avid gardener. Okay, everyone, so lots of tips today to get a band 9. Start strong. Do more than 90%. Show a broad range of grammar, vocabulary. I gave you some tips throughout on how to do that. Reflect the grammar of questions. If it's conditional, answer using the condition. If it's a present perfect, answer with present perfect. If you're not fluent enough, you can practice on our websites, aehelp.com for academic IELTS, gieltshelp.com for general IELTS. And of course, joining the premium package is a good idea. It's a one-time payment, and it's not very much for lifetime access. So if I were you, I'd do it, but I can't force you. All right, everyone. That's it for today's lesson. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you picked up some new vocabulary. You had a chance to build some of your fluency. You're welcome, Chabi. Harman, Kashirsha, nice answers today. Catherine, Scylla, you are absolutely very welcome. Have a wonderful rest of your day, Eugene. I'm Adrian, and I'm signing out from Central Europe for now, but I will be back tomorrow with Task 2 and reading. So come back and hang out with me some more, learn some more English. Bye for now.